I'm Paige Vesta from Flywheel Sports in New York City. I'm here with Erwin from MatchFit Performance, and we're just going to go over bike setup. So I'm going to set Erwin up. So the first thing that I would do is if you come into class, or if I were setting myself up, is the seat height. We usually start that about the hip bone. So I would say, Erwin, can you show me the top of your hip bone? Or point to it. You don't have to show it to me. And then I would press down on the seat and just find the height. I'm going to start you off about here. As far as the seat fore and aft, I'm going to leave it in a neutral position for now. Once we get him on the bike, that's how we're going to figure that portion out. So the other thing before he gets on that I'm going to do is the handlebar height. The standard height for the handlebars is anywhere seat height or higher. So if you look at the side of your bike, you see the numbers. So right now I have him set on a 12 as far for the seat height. So the handlebars could be anywhere a 12 or higher. If he had lower back problems, do you have lower back problems? Nope, I could go to 12 if he's not comfortable in his core strength and being able to keep a neutral spine, which we can go over a little bit more later. Then I might have it a little bit higher. I'm going to put him at like a 14 just to see what it's like. And then we can always adjust it once he's on the bike. So now I have you at a 14, 12. I'm going to have you hop on and clip in. Cool. And then so if you start pedaling your legs for me. It looks a little bit high for you. Does it feel high?
Yeah, it feels high.
Okay, so I'm going to drop him down a little bit. Essentially what we want is at the bottom of his pedal stroke when he's fully extended, a slight bend in the knee. So I'm going to lift you, or have you stand up so I can drop you down a couple notches here. Let's try that. And pedal your legs. Better?
Probably go down maybe another notch.
Yeah? Cool, so we have them at an 8 now. And so then once we have that height set up, I'm going to check his fore and aft. So for this, I would have him bring one of his feet to the front of the pedal stroke. I'm going to have you do that side.
This side?
Yeah. So then once he's at the front of his pedal stroke, that's as far forward as his knee is coming during his pedal stroke. So in this position, we want his knee tracking straight over the center of the pedal. So if I were to draw a straight line down, or if he were to look down, he should be able to see this strap, the front strap.
Perfect.
So it actually seems to be aligned okay as long as you feel comfortable and nothing feels
perfect.
Cool. So then as far as the handlebar fore and aft, I want you to have as neutral of a spine as possible, shoulders roll down and back. You can bring your hands closer in towards you. Cool. In this position, as long as he can keep easy elbows, relaxed shoulders, his core stabilized, the fore and aft is really up to your comfort. I feel like I'd want to bring yours a little bit closer if you were okay with that.
Sure, try.
And see how that feels. Just a little bit closer. But if he had like a really large wingspan and his arms are just a lot longer, pushing it out might be a little bit more comfortable. For a more petite rider, maybe having it a little bit closer would be easier. So at this point, you're pretty much set up as long as you feel good.
Yeah, feels good.
And then I'll let you kind of chime in about the biomechanics of it all.
Yeah, so what's really important, and Paige mentioned earlier, is the knee extension or the knee bend at the bottom of the stroke. So for my number / anatomy nerds, we want at least, or physical therapy nerds as well, we want a 10 to 15 degree bend at the knee. So 10 to 15 degrees is from full extension. So if we're looking from here on the side, you want to make sure that there's just a slight bend in the crux of the knee. If you are at the bottom of the stroke and you have to be extended, that means obviously, as Paige said before, the seat height is too high. So what that can do is place undue stress on the knee, and it can place stress on the ligaments, the structure and ligaments of the knee. When we talked, moving on with the seat fore and aft, and making sure where your foot is through the front, your knee positioning is in the fore and aft of the seat, making sure that your knee doesn't go in front of the big toe. So if you refer back to the other videos that we talked about with single leg strength, it's really important that your knee doesn't go over the big toe. What that does is it basically sacrifices power, and it changes the efficiency and where your force is really driving through. So again, just like the exercises, the single leg exercises we practiced, and just like the way that you're driving through and making sure that your knee doesn't go over the big toe or go over the middle of the pedal, what that does is it preserves your efficiency and makes your body puts your body in a better alignment to function and especially drive through the bottom of the stroke. Lastly is what you want to do with your handlebars, especially because we're riding inside and we're not riding for aerodynamics. We don't need to be as small as possible. So if you want to keep your body you should be keeping your body in as neutral a position as possible. So making sure that the seat height is good enough so that you can keep your shoulder blades pulled back and down, and also keep your spine in a neutral position, and making sure that you're not rounding out the lower back, because what that does is it puts your pelvis in a poor alignment and a poor position so that your glutes don't have a great positioning and alignment to fire. What happens is with most of our muscles is that they want to be in a proper alignment and a proper length in order to efficiently generate power. So when your body is not in the best alignment, so if my lower back is rounded out and my shoulders are pulled up to my neck, what I do is sacrifice the neutral spine, and that compromises my ability to fire or to use the right muscles at the hips. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you have any questions about the biomechanics or anything behind what I talked about in terms of exercises, alignment, please feel free to hit us up at MatchFit Performance on Facebook and Instagram, or MatchFitPX on Twitter. And if you have questions about setting your bike up in the studio, you should hit up
Pietro Vesta.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Ooh.